Why do we study statistics? Whether you are checking product reviews before a purchase or estimating the success of a business project, you are using data to predict the future. But data is only useful if it's organized. Today, on STEMBridge, we are tackling the exercise 11.1. We're going to be solving the first four questions, from analyzing library readers to building histograms for factory workers. We're going to solve every single problem step by step. Get your calculators ready. Starting with the first question, the given table shows the number of regular readers of a library who have completely read the books. So in the first column, we have the class interval, and in the second column, we have the number of readers, which is the frequency. For the first class, we have 1 to 10 books with 5 readers, 11 to 20 books with 4 readers, 21 to 30 books with 8 readers, and so on. For the first part of the question, we need to find the total number of readers in the data. The total number of readers is this frequency. So if you add all of the number of readers in the data, you get 30, and that will be your sum of the number of readers. Then for the second part, we need to find the highest number of readers. Which group contains the highest number of readers? Looking at the first group, we have 5 people that read 1 to 10 books, and in the second group, we have 4 people that read 11 to 20 books. But if you look at this class, which is from 31 to 40 books, we have 9 readers that read the 31 to 40 books. So this will be our highest frequency group. And in the third part, which group contains the least number of readers? If you look in the last two groups, you will notice that the group 41 to 50 and group 51 to 60, they both consist of 2 readers. So they will be the least frequency group. For part number 4, we need to find the lower limit of the last class. So 60 is the upper limit while 51 is the lower limit. And in part number 5, we need to find the lower boundary. So upper boundary will be 60.5 while the lower boundary will be 50.5 because we deducted 0.5 from the last limit. What is the size of the class interval? To find the size of the class interval, if we look at the second class, which is 11 to 20, we take the lower limit, and the first class we take its lower limit. We subtract both the lower limits, so we will get the size of the class, which is 10. And for the last part of question number 1, we need to find the class marks, which is known as the midpoints of all of the groups. To find the class marks or the midpoints, you can add the upper limit with the lower limit and divide that with the value of 2. So by doing that for all the classes, we get 5.5, 15.5, 25.5, 35.5, 45.5, and 55.5. Moving on to the second question, the number of gratitude cards made by 80 students of class 9th is given below. Here we have an ungrouped data, and we need to sort that out in a systematic order in group data. So we wrote the class interval first. This is our first class, 40 to 49, then 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and 90 to 99. We are going to prepare a frequency table to represent the above data. So first, we will write the frequency alongside the class interval. For example, 40 to 49, how many times did these numbers occur? So they occurred 7 times. Then for 50 to 59, they occurred 13 times. For 60 to 69, they occurred 22 times, and so on. So if we want to now add a cumulative frequency column in this table, for the first class it will just be 7, but for the second class it will be 13 added with 7, which is 20. For the third class it will be 22 added with 20, so that is 42. And that is how you can find the cumulative frequency of all the classes. We need to find what percent of students made less than 50 cards. So if you go down below, here we have the first class, which is 40 to 49, and 7 students made less than 50 cards. But we need to find its percentage. So looking at the cumulative frequency, that is 80. So 7 will be divided with 80 and multiplied by 100 to get the percentage of students. So we can write it as 7 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. So this 0 gets cancelled with here. 7 into 10 is 70. 70 divided by 8 is 8.75%. So this will be our answer. And for the last part, which is what is the size of the class interval, we can find the size of the class interval by subtracting the lower limit of the second group with the lower limit of the first group, and that is 10. So we can write 50 being subtracted with 40, so that is 10, and 10 is equal to h, which is our size of class interval. So these are the answers for question number 2. Moving on to question number 3, the number of medals won by 45 players in a certain sports festival is given as. We need to prepare a discrete frequency table and make a column of cumulative frequencies. So first, by looking at this data, we know that the class interval is from 0 to 6. So we can write separate classes consisting from the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 all the way to 6. And then we can check from this ungrouped data how many times did each of these numbers occur. For example, 0 that occurred 5 times, 1 that occurred 8 times, 2 that occurred 10 times. Now we need to find their cumulative frequency. So we're going to arrange another column, and for the first group the cumulative frequency is the same as the frequency. But for the second group, the frequency of the second group will be added with the frequency of the first. So that is 13. For the third, that is 23rd, and for the fourth it is 31st. Moving on to question number 4, this is the last part. We need to perform graphical analysis here. The ages of workers in a factory were recorded as below. We need to draw a frequency polygon to represent the data. So by looking at the class interval, we have the ages in years from 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, all the way up to 45 to 49. And the number of workers, which is the frequency, it is also given. So for drawing a frequency polygon, we need to find the class marks, which is the mid value. And in order to find the mid value, you add up the lower limit with the upper limit and divide that by 2. So when you get the mid value, you are going to plot that on the x-axis like I have done here. And then you can plot the frequency, which is the number of workers, on the y-axis. By doing so, then you can arrange the values. So this is the frequency polygon of the workers' ages. On the x-axis, we have the age, which is in years, and on the y-axis, we have the number of workers. There you have it. You just solved 4 complex statistical problems, from understanding raw data to mastering frequency density. You are now ready for any statistics exam. Which of these questions was the toughest for you? Let me know in the comment section. And if this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to STEMBridge for more deep dives into math and science. See you in the next lesson.